Days Vault, my fellow gamers. Here I'm going to do like a quick update and a little bit of an unboxing. But let's talk about Blains. So I went through and I've been collecting these miniatures and whatnot. The Blain on the jet bike, I scored him on eBay, and he was a Kickstarter type model, resin, and now they put him up on the Mantic Points site. I think he's between 15 to 20 points, 25 points, something like that. And he's pretty cool. His cape is definitely getting drawn back there. And then, because I got the Star Saga Kickstarter set, I got the Blain in like heavy Terminator type armor, assault armor, whatever you want to call it. And he's probably my favorite Blain. He's just he's large and in charge. So I love this guy. He's pretty beefy. And then the Restic Blain that came out with the Kickstarter for Dead Zone with a bunch of other mercenaries. And he's pretty cool, I guess. Fairly okay static pose, I suppose. But his blade sucks. I never really liked his blade. So I went looking. So they make other Blains. They make one for Blood Bowl, or not Blood Bowl, my fault, Dreadball. They make one for Kings of War, the zombie Blain. I think they also have a normal Blain, and you can get those guys. But the coolest one and the rarest one, just be honest, the rarest one to get is this one. The red one from Mars Attacks Kickstarter exclusive. Now this guy set me back a little bit, but he's rare, supply and demand, and there's hardly any supply of this guy. So, but he's very, very cool looking. He is static as well, but they beefed his armor up. His blade is much cooler looking, and he's also the one that's pictured in Dead Zone 2nd edition Escalation book. So, they have a nice paint job on him, his blade glowing green or whatever, and glowing on his trench coat thing there. So, I think he looks better, and he's the one that I wanted to have. So, he cost a little bit, but I'm happy to have him. But the unboxing part, let's take these guys on out of here. All right, Mantic Warpath. This is the Night Spawn model. I was very fortunate enough to find one of these guys on eBay. And once again, this is one of those models that in the Dead Zone books that they'll post up as the progenitors for Vermin. But his original sculpt and design was for the Warpath universe as the Night Spawn character model. So there he is, looking very gnarly. And he's the most excellent progenitor model. But yeah, see, Vermin, Night Spawn. So, very cool. Now, I don't know if all the Warpath cards come with this guy on the back of it, or if it's just him. But there he is, looking pretty gnarly. I've chosen a different color scheme for my Vermin, but I'll post that later. You get the big 40 mil base, a chunk of foam, and these are good if you guys want to do the real quick weathering for chipping effects. You just rip off a piece of this, put it in some black or dark brown paint, sponge it, and then choose a different side of it and put it in some silver paint, sponge it. It's, yeah. Oh yeah, metal goodness. We got his backside here with his nice curled tail. nice solid chunk here of metal, and it looks pretty good. As far as mold lines go, you'd expect one to be running right on the top here, and I see it very, very faintly, very faintly. So this is a good casting. I see a little bit there, running down along the tail as well. But it's a good casting. They've got these little circular metal bases so they can slot into one of those, and I bet you'll fit right into it too. Boop. Yeah. So that must be a blank that they put on the base of all their models. And they're like, no, he won't go into that because he's too big, so we'll put him on this massive model base. So here we got, and I guess they had to bend. No, it could have been straight. Right, let's take the clamshell out of here. I don't know if that's a spike or supposed to be a hose. If it's a hose, then I got hosed. Might be a hose. They're not going to show you his back, so might be a hose. But with the width, the height of this, looks like it's just supposed to touch and make a connection. So it seems to me like it's supposed to be like this, because in all honesty, this casting is pretty nice, so far as I can tell. Now what we'll do, just pop that off. It's not really focusing all that well, but pretty gnarly little head. No real mold line issues, no big slip casts or anything like that. Come on, baby. I'm trying to get the hose part now. I've already got the shoulder off. The hose needs to come off. There it is. Okay, cool. And that worked out pretty good. Usually if you do that, you might snap chunks off or pull chunks out. It depends on the casting. This casting seems very nice. So here, a little bit of the mold line right there on the top of the thumb going up. Now if this horror little insert's to be trusted, this is 2012 for this cat. So this dude's a 10-year model, 10-year-old model. I actually like the design of this, the arm-mounted Kim spitter thing. And this is what I've hooked up a bunch of my bigger vermin models with. But I'll go over that when I do an army showcase. You see here, there's the mold line running up. And usually, yeah, there it is. It's running along the hose. But this is very, very nice. Just socks right in. Looks good. And you see how that... So it would take a little bit of bending, just a little bit, to bend this hose part on top of this and have it all connected. It's curious, like you've got this pump, it's like suction cupped onto his back, and then you got these hose, this hose going here to the Kim spitter, which I understand if this is full of Kim. But what the heck is this other hose, huh? Going down and just disappearing. They're taking a page from GW here and like attaching hoses in people's heads and crap like that. It's like, come on, man. Now these, to separate them, you just wiggle them at the weak joint. some fishing weights or something out of that. So this one has a bit more of a pronounced mold line, which is odd. I mean, if you can see that, how it gets very, very bright there, running along the top. And yeah, it's right in there, kind of deep. And then all in this drill mechanism, which, if anybody's seen Total Recall, you know what that's for. Screw you, Benny! Screw you! But, yeah, and then down into there. It's really, it's kind of nice. It's a high-tech drill, but it's held on by leather straps. Gotta rock the old, new and old tech, I guess, because they're rats. And that bad boy. Or does that hook into anything? Aha! Okay, so fed from the same Kim thing. I guess this has hydraulics. Yeah, I don't know, but so it'll take some bending and finagling to get it hooked up to this hose here, but that's exactly where it is. And it's nice that the mold is good, because I wasn't shorted any material. Sometimes these things will be rounded off, like there wasn't enough white metal to fill the mold, so it'll be rounded off into a nub, and then you'll have to do things with wires and green stuff. But it looks like I might just have a little bit of filling just to make it seamless, and it will be most excellent. And once we're fitting things on here, his fat head goes right into there. It's a good fit. Yeah, this is a nice model. So I'm very happy with this, and he wasn't that bad expensive. It's not like my Blain, but Blain is one of those things, you can collect them if you want to. But these are the two blessed events that happened just yesterday. I was able to get these guys. I was really excited to get him. And I put in an order through Mantic to get the Piper and the alternate Hacker Halftail sculpts and whatnot, just to get more of those guys in. Just to have some rats. I'm not wanting to buy stuff that is really for Warpath. I don't want hundreds of thousands of rats. But, for Dead Zone, I want some rats. Yeah, look at, you got any cheese, boy? So, but yeah, if you guys find this Blain, keep him. He's pretty hard to come by, and he cost a lot now. Dang it. And this guy here, kind of hard to come by, but it helps you guys try to track him down, that he's for Warpath originally, and that he's called the Night Spawn. Because when you go into the Mantic website for the point system, this guy's 15 points, but he's out of stock. So yeah, when things go out of stock in Mantic, they go out of stock and nobody produces them again. So, let me know in the comments, if anybody's watching this, which Blain they like best. Which one is their favorite sculpt. The one from Dreadball looks really cool too, and I may get him in the future. He's nowhere near as hard to find as this guy right here. And I guess this cat's pretty hard to find as well. I guess I don't know if he came in every single box of Star Saga, or if he's just in the Kickstarter version. So I think, and he's a handful. He's really a nice model. So yeah, this is everything for today. You guys have an awesome day, and I'll talk to you later. Carry your laser.